Hi everybody and welcome back to the Going For It Sim Studio. I embarked on a journey to learn golf only on an indoor golf simulator over a year ago and then attempt to break 80 for my very first ever round of golf outside. Now, a goal that I had in mind for this was to document the journey so that I could share my experiences and what I've learned to help knock down the intimidating barriers of entry that the game of golf faces so that more folks can join in and play this amazing game, making things much more accessible through the use of technology and just simplifying somewhat technical aspects. Today is going to be video 1 on a 3-part series around lessons and instruction. The first video is going to cover why you should take lessons and simplifying the process of finding the right coach while setting your expectations. The second video, we're going to go into how to take your first lesson, how to take your lessons and apply them post. And in the third video, we're simply going to talk about the do's and the don'ts and how to progress your lessons and your instruction throughout your golfing career to make the game that you enjoy playing so much that much more fun. So let's get straight into video number 1 and tell you how you can simplify the process of finding the right coach for you and setting your expectations for success. This is a topic that I could talk about for hours because I consider myself a true student of the game. I truly love every aspect of learning the game of golf. The swing, the kinematics, and the course management. But everybody's not like me, and that's okay. Because getting into something like instruction, it's intimidating. There are a million options of coaches, multiple ways you can get that coaching, and then how do you know how much to spend or how many lessons you need or what you even want to do with lessons? That's what we're here to do. We're not going to talk about hours into this topic. We're going to simplify this process so that you can get started on what is probably one of the most important aspects of the game of golf, and that's truly getting some good instruction. So where do we start? Well, we're going to start off by choosing the right coach. But how? There are so many options. You're right. We're just going to knock that down, okay? You've got the PGA of America has a wonderful directory of coaches. You could do a simple Google search, and if you're going to go for online lessons, Skillest has a great way for you to look at every single one of their coaches and do all the research you need. After you do your basic research, you're going to pick 3 of those coaches and you're going to talk to them. Some of them even give a free lesson for you to try that out. But why is it important that you research these folks so much? Why can't I just pick an instructor and go? Well, an instructor becomes a coach who becomes a mentor. And you're going to need to be comfortable working with these people because you're going to share a lot about yourself. How your body moves, past injuries. You may even start to talk about ideas on how to make yourself move better. And then you're going to want to discuss goals. And the more you get to know this person, the more you're going to work with them and they're going to take you on the journey of this game of golf that is so wonderful. So you want to make sure this person you're speaking and working with, you get along with them and that you're comfortable around them. And all you're going to do is just use that intuition that you have when you speak to somebody. You're going to know right away, like, yes, that's the instructor I want to work with. So how do you choose online or in-person coaching? Well, if you're a new or beginner golfer, I would highly recommend starting in person because you're going to want somebody that can physically move your body around to make sure that you know those fundamentals as well as you possibly can, your grip, your setup, and your posture. It's really important. If you're chasing a low score, I also recommend in person because you are going to need somebody to help really move and understand where you are with your swing to move you forward. Now, yeah, in person is going to cost a lot more money than online, but why is online beneficial and who should join an online coaching community? Well, I did both and I got a very, very good education out of my online coaching. My knowledge and my, what I would say like classroom knowledge of the golf swing and the golf game came from my online coaching. They complement each other very, very well. If you live in an area where you don't have access to a good coach, or you want to work with a coach that's across the world for whatever reason, then online's your option. And you can definitely learn as long as you have a way to capture your swing, and you can take instruction given to you via a recording, put it into effect, and actually move forward. The nice thing about the online coaching is everything is in one portal, and so you can always go back and refer to it when necessary. Now, a good in-person coach will provide you with the same type of recording and analytics post your lesson. So what about the cost? How do we choose the right cost and the right amount of lessons to take? Well, to help you avoid two really, really big mistakes, let's start here. The dollar amount next to a coach's name does not equate to the quality of instruction you're gonna get. Does not. Just because someone charges $500 an hour does not mean that you're gonna get a much better experience than somebody who charges $150 an hour. So I want you to take that completely off the table. When you're looking at the dollar amount, what I want you to do is pay more attention to the coach that's right for you. Understand that the investment that you're putting into yourself is that. You're paying somebody to provide their expertise to make you a better golfer. That's what they love to do. They love to coach you. And you're invested in yourself and your game to enjoy this amazing sport for many, many years to come. So you're gonna wanna look at your budget and say, okay, this year I wanna put this much money into my game. You're gonna wanna divide that total, I would say, by a minimum of 6. If you could do 10 lessons, I think that's the sweet spot. And the reason why we want to do that many lessons is our fourth topic, and that's setting your expectations and simply trusting the process. Now, the second mistake of the two that I just talked about is thinking that golf's a quick fix. That I need to fix something in my golf swing, it's going to take one lesson and I'm going to be able to move on and be the golfer I want to be. That could not be further from the truth. And the reason why you want to take quite a few lessons with the same coach is because that coach is going to build a swing around you, around the way your body moves, how flexible you are, and quite frankly, how athletic you are, and what your goal is for your swing and your golf game. So if you're able to start with lesson 1, get a good foundation of where you're at, and then move through and progress, and you go home and you go to the course and you practice in between lessons, your coach gets excited because he starts to see his work go into effect. You get excited because your coach is basically making you that golfer that you want to be. That relationship becomes really cohesive, and you have the goal that you absolutely want to hit. If you start bouncing around from coach to coach after one lesson here, one lesson there, all you do is you start getting a lot of mechanics that just don't relate. Every coach is going to teach things a little bit differently. And that's where golfers generally run into trouble. When I've spoken with people who are really anti-instruction, that's almost been a guarantee that they have just never worked with one coach that they researched and got along with and trusted the process to stick with them for a significant amount of time. It's almost as if they'd rather take that investment in themselves, have the cool clubs in the bag, and hope that that's going to make them the golfer that they want to be. And that's not what we want to do. Find somebody, stick with them, trust the process. It's not a quick fix. You set your expectations walking into those lessons knowing, hey coach, this is where I want to be. This is what my game is. I want to have fun. I want to become a scratch golfer. You work together for one end goal. Please like, follow, and subscribe. In the next video of these 3, we're going to talk about what to expect going into your first lesson, what you're going to learn, how to communicate with your coach, and then how to practice so that as you finish your block of lessons, you become the golfer you want and you become a smarter student so that you're able to look at the vast amounts of instruction that's out there and not get lost in a whirlwind of information. Until then, research some coaches. As we hit the off season, this is a great time to start working on your game because you don't have to worry about ruining it outside. Changes take a while. Get your research done, take a couple interviews, meet the coach that you want to work with for at least 6 lessons, hopefully 10, and start chasing that golfer that you want to be.